Everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 984.
Yes.
That can't be right. That can't be right. We have 984 episodes. That's crazy. It's bananas. It's way more than we ever thought. We have a lot more views of this than we ever thought we would. We're out there, and I had no idea we'd be so far out there. It's way more than our expectations ever thought it would be. Who am I? My name is Andy. I am the guy that thought of this crazy idea of doing this and said it would only be 3 weeks. As I convinced Brandi, don't worry about it. It's going to only be like 2 or 3 weeks. We could do 2 or 3 weeks every night.
Yeah.
984 episodes later.
4.5 years later.
You know how it is as a husband, might have misjudged that. But anyways, who is Brandi? She's my wife, but more importantly, she's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. And that makes her your professor, your teacher, your maestra, however you want to say it, and all the different languages. But she's going to show you how to get those pass notices. Tonight, we are going to focus on keywords.
Yes, we are. Keywords.
Keywords. We're going to play that game we call the Kona Catchphrase. And we're going to have fun with it. As we always say, you got to learn how to have fun with this stuff. Last night, we had a great episode for our members talking about how to study and how to really play a memory game and how to really remember some of these connections and associations and all this great stuff. But one of those things I want to talk about, and we got, some people who are like, hey, I didn't pass. I gave my best, or, hey, I've been studying and I did this before, whether, most of the time it's not us that they usually done this with this. By the time they get to us, we're like usually the third option on the wheel, because we don't have any big contracts with firms. We literally survive on the word of mouth of you guys. If you guys aren't spreading the word, if people aren't passing it on, Conan probably would be no more. So you guys got to spread the word and let everybody know, so that way we can keep the lights on around here. But my point about this is that people have that expectation of like a pass because they put in all the effort, or I have an expectation to win because I did all the practices I was supposed to. I have an expectation to score a certain score because I did whatever it was that I was supposed to do. Sometimes it's just, did you have a plan in the first place? Did you have a plan, or did you have somebody give you a calendar and have you like go through it and say, oh, do this on this day, do that on that day, pass this exam, and then you'll pass. That's like normal, like with Kaplan, I feel. But that's not really a program. That's not really a program. That's just like marking out days on a calendar for you and telling you to do what you need to do on those days. We have a 21-day plan that's similar to that. It is like that. But the difference is between them and us and the program is we have a way to break down the exams and show you how to apply it. It's not just about feeding you content, but it's also about showing you how to pass the exam, how to apply the knowledge. How do you go from looking at the stuff that's in the book and then applying it into the questions that you see that are not anything close sometimes to like anything that you studied, sometimes even questions if you even studied that, or if you even are reading it right, seeing it right, or even comprehending. Yes, I said all that because that is the facts, because I know there's people that have looked at this stuff for 6 hours, 7 hours, and they feel horrible because about 20 minutes of it is all they remember. If that. Guys, that's because you don't have a program. You need to get into a system. You got to have something that really gives you more than just content, but shows you a way to systematically break it down and put it to use. Because otherwise, what are you doing with all that? That's what sits there with the common knowledge of your sitcom knowledge from when you were a kid or when present, right? It's like, I don't want to say useless knowledge, but unless you're playing trivia every weekend, I mean, it doesn't do a lot except for having great conversation and making people laugh maybe after a podcast, right? But it doesn't do a lot in helping you pass the exam if you can't apply the knowledge you read. And a lot of times we are so hard on ourselves, on our expectations and what we should be and how we should be and where we should be at. And then not only that, but we have a hard expectations on ourselves, but we also have this look of like, we cannot make mistakes. We have to be perfect every time. If we take the exam, if I take that exam for the first time, I not only should I pass, but I expect myself to pass. I deserve to pass. That's not reasonable. That's not reasonable. And even if it does, if you do pass on the first go, or if you succeed at something on the first try, that's amazing and awesome. That's amazing and awesome. But what about if I don't? What if I did everything, Andy, and I didn't? What am I supposed to do with that? All I want you guys to think about this. Like cow's milk, it's delicious, right? That's a byproduct of, that we use all the time of, the cows. We drink milk, right? Milk makes the world go round, whether, you're a vegan. I don't drink other animals' milk. But all and living beings, mammals at least, we all drink our mother's milk at least, right? Milk is really delicious, right? But also outside of that, milk, we get a lot of things from milk in our society, in our, we make all kinds of stuff, right? Milk has a value on its own. Agreed? But if it turns bad, it turns into yogurt. That's a mistake. Yogurt is more valuable than milk. Yogurt, if that is bad and that turns bad, it turns into cheese. Cheese is more valuable than yogurt and milk. These are all mistakes that are more valuable than the first product that we had in the beginning that we thought was the most valuable. No, it turns out 2 mistakes later, we even have more value from those mistakes. If we have grapes, right? Grapes are great, but we make a mistake and we squash them all. We got grape juice. Grape juice is more expensive and more valuable than grapes. But the grape juice went bad. Well, guess what? We got wine. Wine is more valuable than grape juice and grapes. These are all mistakes that are more valuable than what we thought from the beginning. Practice, expectations, and all these things don't lead to perfection. Perfection sometimes comes from mistakes. Without mistakes, sometimes we don't get perfection. You have to embrace all the mistakes. You have to embrace the failures. You have to embrace all that stuff, because a lot of times we don't get a lot of things unless we have those mistakes and failures. Have you guys ever heard of Alexander Fleming? Alexander Fleming made a huge mistake. And guess what he found? You know what he discovered? Penicillin. Without Alexander Fleming messing up, we wouldn't have penicillin. Guys, don't be so difficult. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be such sorry saps and go, oh, I didn't get the pass. Oh, these scores aren't the greatest. Oh, I can't, and then you quit. Or I just can't do this because whatever. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I made a mistake. I only got 65%. Oh, I only got 64%. Oh, I got 54%. Oh, I got 55%. Oh, I got 30%. Obviously, you got to go back at it, and you got to have a new tactic to go a better score, right? Obviously, we got to take a little look into what we need to do to make some changes. But I will say this, even if you only got, we never had this score, but even if you got 10%, I will say this, 10% is still more than anybody else who just sat on their butt over the weekend and did nothing. 10% is more than anybody who just sat there and said, well, this isn't for me. I stopped studying because this is too much. I'm overwhelmed. I can't get this. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too busy. I'm too tired. I have too many jobs. I don't have enough money. That's 10% better than everyone. So no matter where you land on these exams, you're that many percent better than everyone else. So why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? The deficit isn't that bad. The deficit is not that bad. You are already up on everybody else who don't even try. Because in my opinion, someone who doesn't even try, someone who stops, someone who quits, that person is in the negative because they're not even into a positive to where they even want to attempt. That's a hard place to be in. You got to push yourself to even break even, to even start. When you start, you're breaking even. From anywhere up from there, you're doing great. It's up to you not to stop. Over this weekend, I know there's a lot of people are coming up on this weekend or the next or whatever. We're going into holidays. We got the summer. We got, I mean, not summer. I feel like we're in the summer times two.
Like
And there's all kinds of stuff going on all across the United States. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the world. There's weather. Guys, prayers for everybody in the Gulf, anyone connected to the Gulf. It just seems like rain and storms are just a coming. I got students that are telling me they're going to hit with another hurricane. I mean, the East Coast is just a shambles right now. But one thing I do know, you got to have your faith. You got to be praying. But also I know that you cannot control weather patterns. Nobody on here, at least I've not had any. I know there's a lot of conspiracies out there that we can control weather patterns. I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it. All I know is from common knowledge from everybody that I know, the mass majority of us have no powers over the storms. We have no power over things that we cannot control. These are acts of God, right? These are things that are out of our control. No matter how much you worry about it, think about it, you can't control it. The only things you can control are what you do every day and your attitude. Even if things are going out of control, grab onto something you can control and you will feel better. Whenever there's storms around, grab onto something that you can brace yourself up against and you can control that. People to do that with their fitness, they do that with their diet, they do that with something like studying. Even people in prison, have you ever noticed that? They all get into studying. They start learning. Even people who know they're not even going to get out, they still read books. They learn more. Because these are things you can control. So embrace things that you can control, let go of things that you can't, and focus on getting it and get into a program and a system. And if you don't have one, join us, scan the QR code, hit the link, get into the membership. We give extra to everybody who's a member. It's a lot more effective when you are a member. I know there's a lot of people watching it as free. Guys, let everybody know, subscribe, notifications, all that good stuff on the YouTube. But more importantly, tell everybody in your office to get onto this thing. Let everybody know that there's a different program out there. There's a different system out there that shows you how to apply this stuff. It doesn't leave you hanging. And we also are very, what do I want to say, accessible. Yes. Brandi and I are either on here like 6 days a week. Brandi's on here every morning, let alone at night. We have a Discord. We have a Kona community you guys can get in on, ask questions. We got ebooks that are available. We got the SIE 6 and 63 that breaks down exactly what you need to study. Course videos. We got on demand. We got live sessions where Brandi goes over those difficult answers, all that stuff. And plus exam mastery. We have that available. We got small group tutoring and the books all available for if you do want to do our $100 program or the $50. That's the only two prices you need to concern yourself with if you're doing SIE 6, 63, and 26. Guys, 50 to $100. You spend, I just went to Chick-fil-A, literally almost like spent like $50. And that was just like for two people. And it wasn't even a lot. Guys, that money is going down the toilet. This is something that can help you excel, get yourself into a better position where I guess, if you want to buy more Chick-fil-A every day, Chick-fil-A is not a sponsor of KonaButterflyz, nor do we endorse it. Nope. It's just a simple restaurant we go to sometimes, except on Sunday. Guys, check it out. Get yourself into a program, get it all going on. 951-290-3077. That's where you can reach me at, call me at, text me at. The link tree is right there as well. And when you scan that QR code or hit the links, join up. All right, we got scheduled tomorrow. We got the SIE, we got the 6, we got small group tutoring happening. The reminder already went out to all our members. Get involved, get checked in, get plugged into the source, get on there, guys. Brandi's going to go over in the SIE. What are you doing tomorrow?
Markets and offerings.
Woohoo! And then I know that Wednesday you're going to do risk.
Yes, I am.
I know Wednesday is going to be risk. Guys, we go over all kinds of different topics. I would be tuned in. 6 live. Do you know what you're doing tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I was gonna do the last part that nobody focuses on, the code of arbitration and procedure.
All right. So that's what we got going on tomorrow. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the Monday Kona catchphrase. Let's do this. All right, everybody. This is what you came here for. Let's do this quizzing. Let's get into the keywords. Let's look at the Kona catchphrase.
Oh yeah, there's no rules tonight.
Nope. We're gonna what we want you to do is in the chat, we want you to mark out what you think are the keywords. What do you think are the keywords to getting the answer right? What are the connections? What are the things you're seeing? Let us know what you think those keywords are in the chat, and then we will not just, I don't want you simply to tell me what the answer is. I want you to mark out what the keywords. Do you see any patterns? Do you see any opposites? What are your observations? Is it a vibe? Don't be afraid. Even if you haven't studied yet and you just see a vibe,
Perfect.
it's fine. It's perfect. In the fact, you don't need no securities.
That's right.
That's what she said on the screen.
So, yep.
Let's go. 6 months or more, 2 quarters. 18 months or more, 6 quarters. 9 months or more, 3 quarters. Beyond 12 months, 4 quarters.
Excuse me.
6 goes into 18. That's true. 6 months is half a year.
Yeah.
Semi-annual, I guess. I don't know. There's 4 quarters in a year, 4 quarters in a dollar.
Okay. Okay.
9 months or 3 more or more. 9 months or more, 3 quarters.
I always,
I don't know. That one doesn't make sense to me, but
I mean, they all are the same way, to be
yeah.
honest. Because I was like, beyond 12 months, what? Or 9 months or more.
All these answers look weird to me.
Yeah. You like C?
C is the only one I think I like.
Okay. Go with it. You ready?
Yeah. According to the U.S. Commerce Department, the economy is in a depression when a decline in real output of goods and services lasts.
One word. The question. There we go.
A depression. That's all we're looking for. That's the key word that we were looking for. Now, what do we think? 18 months.
I'm just going with that because somebody said they liked it.
6 months is too short. 9 months is when you make a baby. 12 months, I don't know about that. Beyond 12 months, 4 quarters.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Why would there? I don't know.
I don't know why it's worded the way it's worded.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind.
The disclosure of what services the fees cover in the fee-based account must be made to the customer before the account is at what the hell? Disclosure of what services the fees cover in a fee-based account must be made to the customer before the account is opened. C, a fee-based account charges a single annual fee that can be fixed dollar amount or a percentage of assets under management. B, commission-based account bills for each transaction separately. A, fee-based accounts are most suitable for those who do very little trading during the course of the year. That sounds right. Fee-based accounts are most suitable for those who do very little trading. Wouldn't it be the opposite?
Right, because
wouldn't I want to just do like
if you're
if I was gonna say if I like ones or twos, do I need to subscribe?
right, there you go. If I like a one or two, do I need a full year? Right?
Yeah.
So would you say that A is weird?
I would say A is no, why would I do that?
You mean why?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Because you would do maybe a transaction based if you're going to do one or two.
Right. It's like going to like let's say I was out of town, I was in Seattle. Would I join a gym in Seattle? Would I pay for a whole membership or would I just say, hey, I'll just the couple days that I'm here, I'm gonna pay for those 2 days?
And we all know what a fee-based account is, right? Like a fee-based account charges a single, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of the same thing I'm associating it with.
Right. And then wouldn't you want your disclosure?
Disclosure of what services the fees cover in a fee-based account. Yeah, I would want that, and I would probably do that before it was opened. Yeah, I definitely want that before.
So the only one that's weird is
A. Correct. It's the accept. We want the thing that's not really good with a fee base, I guess, right?
right. Exactly. And you see how we didn't even have to read the question because all it's saying is which one is true. Like literally, we don't even need the first sentence. Just which all of the following are true except.
And I know some people are looking at it and they're like, okay, must was in there, right? Or you're looking for other techniques inside there, which are great. But I like to just look at it. Just what is it saying to me?
Yeah,
What is it just saying to me?
I like to do both.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
but I like to see what it's saying to me, and then I'll go. If it makes no sense after that, then I lay on those techniques. D, affiliate stock. C, restricted. B, convertible. A, control.
What does one of those sound like?
B,
What do they sound like to you?
like content.
Not content, but like
Well,
convertible.
control is something that I have control over, I guess. Right? I have like control the remote, control.
Yeah. Okay.
Convertible is a convert, whether it's convertible pants or a convertible car. Yeah, 1 minute you're wearing pants, the next thing you're wearing shorts. Very, very, very efficient in Ohio. They get all 5 seasons in one day.
True.
Fun fact about Ohio. Tim will give you a thumbs up on that. Restricted, you can't go there.
Yeah, you can't change.
Electric fence.
Control you can change.
Control you can change. Restricted you can't. Affiliate stock, it's your neighbor stuff. I don't know. No, someone has to be affiliated with it.
Know someone.
You know someone. I got a hookup.
Okay. Do you guys see what we just did there? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yep. And convertible can also change. Yes.
That's right.
Securities acquired through some means other than a registered public offering are known as.
Okay, we didn't write any of that.
No.
Okay, so does that sound like can change?
Nope.
Does it sound like pants to shorts?
Nope.
Does that sound like you know someone?
Nope.
That's why I picked this one. This is exactly why this question I really liked because a lot of times you guys look for the correct answer. You look for the right answer, but you don't cross off things.
Cross off all the ones that are wrong. Guess what you're left with?
The right one.
Yeah. Instead of trying to go look for the right one, why don't you just look for all the wrong ones? Look at all the wrong ones, cross them all off.
And you're probably wondering, okay, well, what if all four don't match? There, one of them has to, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because even though I can't pinpoint restricted from that particular question unless I know content, I know it doesn't sound like have control over. I know some other means other than the public offering doesn't sound like convertible. Does that make sense? Like,
I think the problem is, Brandi, is people will get it down to that and then they'll say, well, I'm not sure because I don't know if that means anything to do with restricted, so I'm not going to guess that one. Let me go click on one that's not right.
just
Let me get a wrong one here.
just click it. Okay.
But I don't know why I want to click it.
Just click it. Who cares?
Raise the margin requirements under Regulation T. C, double the reserve requirements for member banks. B, engage in open market sales of T-bills. A, pursue an easy money policy to lower interest rates.
There might not. I want you guys to know.
Well, they're all going to go look at this as as a securities.
Correct. And sometimes, and this is another reason why I pulled this question. Sometimes you see a question like this and you're like, dude, I don't even I can't see where there's like none of this makes sense to me, right? So You
Sally said raise and double. Pursue an easy you're just gonna do the question.
Well, yeah, I was gonna do that. Only because sometimes you don't know, how do I want to say, you can't find something that matches, or you can't make these observations because this sounds very heavy content,
All right.
right? So let's look at the question.
C and D are requirements. The Federal Reserve is concerned that the economy is slowing. Is this from the headlines? With this in mind, which of these actions would the Federal Reserve most likely engage in?
I didn't even think about.
Uh, Pursue an easy money policy to lower interest rates.
Well, because the
You need
economy
easy money.
is slowing, so you want some easy money. None of like, do you guys see where the
I,
match would be? Like nothing else. Like I don't even know what B is saying. I just know that if the economy is slowing,
I
I
need
need some
easy money.
easy money.
I need some easy money. How many of you understand that from real life? My economy's slowing. I need some easy money.
I feel like if you're over the age of 22, you understand this only because you were an adult during the pandemic.
Wow. It's that far off.
It's only 4 years.
I know. It's still crazy when you say that. I'm like, it was like yesterday.
Dude, I told my sister today, I was like, dude, the last 4 years has been a blur.
Gabriel. Oh, no. Yeah. Gabriel. Yeah. He's got it.
Yeah, but do you see that?
COVID stimmy. What's up?
And what happened in
Buying the whole
2020,
neighborhood bicycles. You want one? I got some stimmy money.
right? And interest rates went down tremendously low.
All the kids want ice cream. Let's go 31.
You couldn't,
Go.
you couldn't go to 31. Remember?
Oh, well, you could get it in
Bought a tiger.
a gallon. You can buy a gallon, they run it out to you with some toilet paper. D is used to notify the rider that the contract will not be assigned to them. C is standard and given for all in the money contracts at expiration. B, C, B can only be given at the time the contract is purchased. A is used to avoid automatic exercise at expiration. Not right.
Hold on. You need to say this right way.
Can only be given at the time the contract is purchased. That makes sense to me, I guess. If you don't only, I don't know. It just makes sense to me out of the like out of securities. I'm not studying this stuff. Only be given at the time the contract is purchased just seems like, okay, well, I didn't buy it, so I guess you can't give it to me. Is used to avoid automatic. Okay, avoid.
Somebody says that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like you paid something to like stop something from happening, I guess.
Yeah.
Is used to notify the rider that the contract will not be assigned to them. Rider, a contract, right?
All right. And we're obviously, guys, there's
Ooh, 3 contracts, and A has no contract. Is used. Those are, yeah, similars, I guess.
similars. All right, let's go.
The holder of an in the money option contract gives a do not exercise instruction notice to your broker dealer. This notice,
Don't overthink it
I would say A.
because it's do not exercise and it says avoid exercise.
Right. Just matching up what the words they used, exercise and exercise,
That's it.
going with the same flow.
And a lot of people saw this as an options question and went,
I was going to say about B. So what's B?
that you can only do the do not exercise notice only at be given at the
Oh, so that makes sense with the question. I get it now.
Yeah, it's not true.
Right, I got it. Yeah, that's not true.
Because even if you read the question, it says the holder of an in the money option contract gives a do not exercise instruction. It can only begin like that doesn't.
Okay, now that makes flow. That makes sense in the flow system situation. Got it.
Yeah, and one of the things that I tell you guys to look out for is this word all right here. It's standard. Why would you have to give a notice if it's standard?
No, just half. Just not all my money.
Yeah. Like, no, that doesn't work.
No,
Anyways, that's it.
no. We're gonna leave a percentage to you. That makes no sense at all. Wouldn't you want all your money to be like not exercised on? When you want all your money protected? When you want all your money, everything would be all your money, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, we're gonna let all that stuff go bad.
Yeah.
And he had this whole thing about yogurt in the beginning. I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should turn that bad. See what happens with it.
I don't want to automatically exercise. Ew. If it's yogurt.
How about wine? Anyways, all right, everybody, we did it. We made it. We got to the end. I'm glad you guys were on here for the Kona Catchphrase. Could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. Spread the word. Let everybody know how it goes, guys. I'm telling you, the wheels over here do not turn if it is not for you guys letting everybody know and sharing the word of Kona. It allows us to, do the thing that we do here and help you guys get pass notices. And we ain't done with this year yet. We want to get some pass notices. We want you to pass. We want you to get fully licensed. We need to make this thing happen. We are on the crunch time of the year going to a close. We need to start 2025 on another level, not on the same level. So let's get this thing going. We got stuff going on for members tomorrow. We will be back for the Studying Brew, same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow night. Can't wait to see y'all, but stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Practice the Kona catchphrase in your quizzes. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.